This is the castle stage tutorial for Mickey Mousecapade, the last stage in the game, and probably the hardest to learn. So there's sync movement in this stage, and it's definitely going to be put to the test, because if you fall off any of these, if Minnie falls off any of these ledges, you're going to lose a lot of time. And some of the rooms can get out of control if you do that. So, you're basically gonna have to just learn to react to a lot of these rooms. There's no specific strats, you just have to learn to read the enemies, and it's harder than it seems, but over time you start to see like ways through rooms. Like, you're gonna get hit like unfairly, like in these two rooms. Like, I just got hit twice just heading down. But another thing you want to keep actively doing, like you see here, is shooting these windows for cake, and the cake gives you health. And sometimes you'll get a blue diamond, which will kill all the enemies in the room. It's a little bit more rare though. And then you're going to damage boost with a projectile through the sky. We're coming up right on the end here. Health management is very important, just for damage boosting through this, and then damage boosting through this, through the final boss here. And that's it, that's the castle. Alright, a lot to go over here. I'm going to do my best to kind of give you ideas for each room. So this first room, you're just holding down and right. Just keep Minnie close to you. That's all you have to do. Okay, so just to kind of give you an idea of like what these enemies do. These guys are basically harmless. They just walk back and forth. I would only try to kill them if you're close to them. Like if they, like as they approach you, because it will reduce some lag if you do that. These guys are the worst. These Birdo Heads. I don't know what their names are, but they look like Birdo Heads. They will fly towards you and then just constantly like fly into you. They're the worst. But your best bet is to just try to react to them the best you can. If you can kill them, kill them. Like if they're in your way, shoot them. These birds have very erratic patterns. They can get in your way a couple times too. So again, you're gonna have to focus on sync movement here. Keep Minnie as close to you as possible throughout this stage, especially when you're jumping on platforms. It's very, very important, because if Minnie gets desynced, you're gonna lose a lot of time. And if you're not killing all the enemies, like especially these, they're gonna start like railing into you. So I don't even kill this guy because he wasn't in my way. I just leave him. Now as I'm jumping, I'm like trying to shoot enemies that are in my way. So you got to kind of get used to jumping and trying to kill enemies that are in your immediate path. But I couldn't even really avoid this bird. I kind of didn't have a choice here. The patterns are very weird. Okay, again, I waited till I was close to shoot this guy. Dragonflies are kind of harmless. They move really slow, but they can still get in your way. You want to just focus on the platforming as much as you can while trying to monitor what's in your path. Again, try to only kill what's in your path. Things that can happen in this stage. So, like I was saying, you want to try to shoot windows as you're moving through the stage, and that's so you can get some health. It's only necessary if you're taking damage. Like obviously I've only gotten hit once, so my health situation's good. And then sometimes you're gonna shoot windows or try to shoot like an enemy like I did here, and one of the stars will hit a secret. So you'll see the little you'll hear the sound and the little thing here. So if you hear that little sound, that means you're hitting a secret. It means there's something in this window, but they're annoying because they block your shots sometimes. So you got to just try to compensate for when you're jumping past windows like I was doing here. Alright, this room is very laggy. I got lucky here, just jumping up. Like, 'cause he was really close to me, so I killed him. But this is like one of those rooms where you actually, I feel like if Mickey and Minnie are close to each other, it lags more. If these guys are like on this side of the room, if that makes sense. So just kind of keep that in mind, I guess. Luckily he was close, and there's not going to be any lag in this room. This room, just try to kill this guy. He's like right in front of me, luckily, and I was able to shoot him. These guys you cannot kill, and they're annoying. They have very erratic patterns. They go up and down, and then sometimes they just move back and forth. So I got lucky here. Again, you can grab health from these windows. You can just jump and shoot to open them, see if there's cake in them. Alright, so this room, 90% of the time I want to say, maybe even more, you're going to want to take a hit from one of these, and I'll show you why. Don't worry about keeping Minnie behind you, just focus on good platforming with Mickey here. I jump on purpose to take hits, to take a hit, because I want to kill all three of these dragonflies if possible. Most of the time you're going to be doing that. If you don't, like, sometimes you'll get a pattern where you can actually skip them and just continue on, but they usually block your way on the way out. So that's why I take the hit there and then just try to kill them while I'm in my animation. And then you just want to try to... as you can see, I was shooting this window to see if there was cake in it, but there was a secret in it, so obviously try to fall right between the platforms here. It's easy to get stuck on the platforms. Okay, so he was in my way, but it was only one, so not a big deal. Now when I'm exiting this room, I'm actually not holding a diagonal. Do not hold diagonal out of this room. You're just going to hold left. And I don't know if it's because Minnie is already here. I'm not sure why, but look how much space there is here. It's crazy. Okay, just react to the room. Sometimes this guy's in your way, sometimes he's not. Just try to kill him if he is. These guys were close to me, so I shot them close. One thing I'll mention about falling down pits in this stage is if Mickey and Minnie aren't synced, you'll get stuck in this infinite bounce, and it can lose you a lot of time. The easiest way to get out of it is to like hold A, I think. Just hold jump, and it should like sync them a bit better. So you'll see like I kind of like jumped there, and it was because we weren't completely synced. Try to frame advance backwards. See, you see Mickey went up, but as soon as Minnie touched, you just got to keep that in mind. Just be careful. Make sure you don't desync them too much. As you're falling, you're gonna get hit like probably half the time when you're falling. So just you got to take the damage and just roll with it and try to just get through the room as quick as you can. Just try to get through here. There is like a strat that you can do if you don't kill the one guy in here. If you take a hit like right here as you're falling into the pit, you can fall through this room with iframes, but it really doesn't make a difference. It doesn't save any time, because sometimes you can fall through here without having to take a hit. So if you have to take a hit in the previous room, it's not a big deal. So take damage here and just fall. As I'm falling too, you'll see sorry. You'll see I'm shooting the window. And that's the farm for cake. Still, because I have taken damage now, and I want to make sure I'm at as much health as possible. I'm going to take damage in this room now too, because look, I mean, everything's over here. Again, just take it in stride and just try to walk past everything. Entering this room, you're immediately jumping. And it's because like these enemies are like sometimes on this side. Sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll be able to clear them out without taking damage, but most of the time you're taking damage. Plus you want to farm what's in these windows. So just kind of push your way through. I got a cake there. Let's move on to the next room. When you enter this room, what I usually try to do is I shoot this window. This guy was kind of in the way, but I reacted to him. But if he's in your way, it's kind of annoying. You just want to try to get as many cakes as possible. Or again, that blue diamond. There's a blue diamond that'll clear out the whole room. You definitely want that if that's there. It's very nice to just getting through the room quickly. No power up here. Again, just react to the enemies. Continue sync jumping. Alright, so this is like one of the first frustrating rooms, and it's because of these two enemies. They usually immediately go right to you. So I already knew this guy was going to start heading downwards and towards me. So the route I usually take in here is I just hold right and jump up these platforms and then just get out of here as quick as possible. So since this guy was moving down, I just knock him out. Again, just try to react the best you can. I should have shot this window here, but this guy was right behind me, so I was just trying to get out of this room as quick as possible. Alright, this room. I got a very good pattern in here. Very annoying room. You're gonna just sometimes get screwed. These guys will sometimes spawn right here and instantly hit you. You just need to try to get the best path out of here. Usually it's just walking to the right and then jumping up here and then jumping out. Sometimes it's jumping up here, and then getting out. Since these guys were all up here, luckily, I was just able to just move right and then just get out of here as quick as possible. So all I can say is just practice this room as much as you can. And any room that has these enemies, you just got to get used to the patterns. So just move out of here as quick as possible. Alright, Pete skip's really easy. You just wait till the third knife spawns and just jump into it. 1, 2, and then I just wait here and then just hop into it and then just walk right past him. Okay, last really frustrating room here. Sometimes these guys will spawn up here. I try to shoot right away, but I don't think I do it here. You can also check the windows for stuff, because these guys are the things that are going to get in your way. These two guys, because you can't kill them, and they're like all over the place down here. So you like almost always take damage from them, and you can't kill them. So if there's a blue diamond in one of these windows, you can just clear everything out, but don't get that lucky here. And I also didn't farm for it, so it's probably best to just see how it plays out anyway. Got really lucky here. Again, don't try to overreact, just try to get through the best you can. Sometimes they're unpredictable. Sometimes they'll come down and just instantly run into you. I got lucky here. And this will be a good time to check your health situation. You want to be at 6 health leaving this room. I'm at 7, so I'm at just where I want to be. You can take a death in this room. So if you're down to like almost no health, you can take it. As soon as you enter, you can take a death, and it'll spawn you right down here at the bottom. So keep that in mind. That death warp, I think it costs maybe 10 seconds or so, depending on how much health you have. But you can still get a sub 8 with that death warp if you need to. But if you're just on a insanely good run and you want to just finish, you just take a death in this room. This is the best room to death warp, because it'll put you down here past everything and with full health. So, alright, so this last room, I instantly start moving right, and depending on where I take damage is how I react. So if I'm taking damage before, like on the left side of this window, I have to take like another hit or jump over this guy to hit the door. This guy will kill you in one hit because he's considered a boss. So try not to touch him. I got lucky here because this guy was down here. Sometimes he's up here, and sometimes he'll hit you. That's why you need the 6 health, or you would want the 6 health, because... Wait, does this guy do... Oh, he does 2. Okay, yeah, so I think no matter what, you'd lose 2 here. So that's why you want 6. So I just power through. I hold right. I took damage here, so I'm like on kind of the right-ish side of the center of this mirror, or window. If I take damage anywhere here, I just hold right. You don't have to react, you don't have to hold up, you just hold right until you enter the boss room. You do not need to hold up entering this room, you just hold right. I'll watch that in full motion. That's it. It's very simple as long as everything cooperates. Alright, final boss. This is the first frame you enter, you're actually in midair. And that's very important to know because you immediately want to start shooting to hit the boss. So, as soon as you enter, shoot, and then you're going to jump into a projectile, continue shooting, and shoot all the way until you're against the wall over here, standing on this tile. So we'll play it in full motion. Then you turn around and just shoot. Very simple. It can be kind of scary, but just shoot. And then I jump into the projectile. And the reason I do that is so I can shoot out of my hit. And then continue shooting, jump, continue shooting. Until you're on that last tile there. Okay. And then I start to press left, and you want Minnie to turn around here too. If Minnie doesn't turn around, then you're gonna have a really slow fight. There have been instances where she'll be facing the wall and it just slows you down, but it's not the end of the world normally unless you're just that close to PB pace. But just try to make sure Minnie's turning around. So again, just to show you, falling down here, and then I start to press left until I see Minnie turn around, and then I start shooting. Let's jump and shoot. Very easy. Sometimes you can get quite a few hits in. I didn't really get some good hits in when I was jumping through the projectile, but it's okay. Still a good fight. And yeah, that's Mickey Mousecapade.